Dum da 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 dum 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 dum.
Yeah.
Morning, Dan.
Morning.
Morning, John.
Morning, indeed. Both of you.
Yeah. Should I start with that joke?
Please do. I haven't heard one for several days.
See, funny thing, the day you want me to do that joke, I have
Haven't
none.
got one.
It's always a good way to start.
Yeah, do you have a dad joke?
I don't have a dad joke.
Oh.
I'm sure John has a dad joke.
I've
Come on,
definitely
John.
not got any jokes, especially not that one. But, yeah, I think we could probably pass on.
Yeah, all right. So we're here with Dan, who's the chair of AFC Mackworth. And it's been a while, on the podcast, but we're back. And the first guest after, 2 months now, is it? Yeah, is Dan. How's it been?
Crazy to say the least. We've really took off. We've had a busy few months. Finishing up the season. We've had a lot of rain, so the season dragged on a lot. But we finally wrapped the season up. Now it's just looking forward to next season and preparing the players, the staff, and everybody to sort of kick on and go again.
So, just a little bit about the history of the club. Tell us how it all started.
Okay, so I always played football. Growing up, always loved football, playing football. I had quite a bad back injury back in 2014, which needed an operation, put me out of playing competitive football. And I always said that I couldn't be without football. Me without football, I may as well not bother. I live and breathe football. So for me, I wanted to. Well, I always thought about joining a club, but then for me, I wasn't going to join a club that wasn't run how I wanted to run. I like to do things a little bit differently. So I then, in 2015, I set up what was just one football team, a group of mates, and we built from there, really. We progressed from having one senior team to two senior teams, and then a few years back, we managed to accumulate all of the kids' teams, and we built on that, and yeah, we're flying.
Yeah, it's like 11 teams now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And age ranges from 4 to 7 to 8 years.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
But you're also the team first team manager.
Yes.
Apart from being chair, how is that? How's that going?
That's the best side of it for me. For me. I like to be hands on. I like to be involved, and that was my bread and butter. That's where I started. I could never see myself giving that bit up. As much as being a chair takes me away from that quite a bit, and it's quite time consuming. For me, that's my bread and butter. That's what I love doing. I like to be hands on. So yeah, it's brilliant. The first team, we've not hit the heights that we once did, for various reasons. Losing players, a lot of injuries, stuff like that. But every club goes through it. It just gives you that burning desire to kick on and again improve year on year.
So what are the challenges of running a club of this sort of size?
Challenges, the logistics around it all, keeping everybody happy. That's the biggest thing. Children are easy to keep happy.
Yeah.
Coaches are easy to keep happy.
It's the parents.
Parents are hard to keep happy. But I feel like we're doing a good job. We're doing everything we can within our powers. Again, we're relatively inexperienced to it. It's only been within the last 5 years that we've sort of taken on children's teams. So we're all still learning. And I think everybody within the estate appreciates that. We're not going to get everything right every time, but we try. And we try and do things with the best interest of the community, because we could easily, we could sack a lot of it off when times get tough. They do get tough. Yeah. But then you sit back and you reflect and you think, what are we doing it for? And it is for a community that doesn't have a lot, so we like to give that little bit back. I was born here, raised in Mackworth, so for me it was about giving that little bit back.
It's not a question. I just want to say, because I used to play football. I mean, like you.
Yeah.
I can't imagine my younger life without football. And I suppose when you're a kid and you're playing all the time, you don't think so much about the commitments that the adults running the club are making, but it is incredible the amount of time and effort that obviously you get older, you realise what people put into it, and it is a massive thing. So I'm saying, question, sorry.
Oh no, not that. I mean,
it's a superb.
Again, for me, I didn't realise until I got into this. I didn't realise what went into it, and you do take it for granted. And you know, everybody involved with the club they're all volunteers. Not one of us gets paid. You know, it's cost me a hell of a lot of money to get us off the ground. You know, we're lucky we've got some great sponsors behind us now. But again, all of the coaches, down to welfare officers, coaches, everybody, we're all volunteers, and we all take time out of our own lives, away from our own busy families, to do this for other people, which I think is great. I mean, I'm only a very small part of this. When you consider we've got 25, 30 coaches all giving up their own time, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, that's extraordinary, actually. It's quite a big club.
Yes. And when it comes to the kids, who's more competitive, the kids or their parents?
Parents, 100%. 100%. Every parent believes they've got the next Ronaldo on their hands. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but 100% the parents are more competitive. The kids want to play and have fun. Parents, parents want to go and win, as every parent would. It's how it is.
So how do you deal with some of those conflicts that will surely arise?
We try and deal with it using common sense. You've got a rule book that you have to follow, and we do that. There's certain bits that you just have to apply common sense with. Not everything can't be black and white. If everything's black and white, you'll upset a lot of people. And we want to try and please as many people as we can while sticking within the boundaries of the rules. So as tough as it is, we don't have to necessarily bend rules, because that's not the case. It's a matter of working within the rules, but applying some common sense to them rules. That's one of the most challenging things, alongside obviously the maintenance of pitches and stuff like that. But it's just a matter of keeping everybody happy.
And do you have any issues with the pitch?
No end. Absolutely no end. You'll be aware, obviously, I think it was 18 months ago-ish, we applied to have railings around the pitch, of which never really took off. But that's a story for another day.
But there's been I don't believe there have been any major incursions onto the land since then, or
no major ones. There's been motorbikes on there that have torn up the grass, that have took a few hours of my time to repair, but nothing like the fall before that was on there before. So nothing that's been catastrophic, but we'll come up once a month minimum. There's been a motorbike that's churned it up or whatever, which again, it's just time and money for us that we can't afford to spend, and the time I can't afford to keep chucking in. I've got a busy life. I work full time. I've got a young family, so it's hard. And the barriers around the pitch would make our life so much easier, and it'd be safer. It'd be better for the kids. But again, a story for another day, I think.
Again, just to go back to the bit you mentioned about community. How important would you say, apart from just of course keeping people fit and for the kids doing what they love, and hopefully creating a pathway for a future career, but how important would you say AFC Mackworth has been to the community?
I think it's been huge, because before us there was Mackworth St Francis, but there was a 8-9 year gap where there was nothing. So for us, I feel it's massive, because 95% of our players are all from Mackworth, they're all from the community, and aside from just getting out and playing football, it gives kids a chance to socialise, as opposed to just sitting on their Xbox or whatever that may be. It also gives the parents time to socialise with other parents whilst they're watching the kids train and stuff like that, which I personally think is great. And you don't necessarily see that side. You think, it's just kids playing football, and it's not. It's kids getting out, getting some fresh air, getting away from their Xboxes, and the parents also getting out and spending a bit of time outside of the household, because parents can sit at home, be a parent, and it's tough. Whereas they can get out, they can have a chat with other parents, they can have a laugh at one of the children falling out, whatever that may be. I just think it's great that it gets people out and together, and it brings everybody together. Like this coming Saturday, we've got the club presentation. So we'll have all of the junior teams here, all the parents, all the families, and it's a massive get together. It's a really good gathering. And again, it's at that point you step back and you think, do you know what, we're doing well here.
Right. So do you want to just plug that in again so that people viewing your book can come from other areas as well?
Yeah. So this Saturday, 12 till 3, we've got our club presentation up here. There'll be a bar, there'll be a burger van, a bit of music, and just have a general good time. Keep all the kids happy, let everyone have a run about, blow a bit of steam off, and crack on.
Okay. And well, apart from football, is there something else the club does, or you do that you like to?
So every Christmas we like to do our food hampers. So we'll put something out on social media asking for people to nominate, whether it be elderly, lonely people that may go without a Christmas dinner, those that are less fortunate and that probably can't get out to family or, afford to get their own Christmas dinners. So what we do, we'll go and we'll buy all the ingredients. We'll rustle up a Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve. We'll take it round with heated cooking instructions, and we'll personally deliver it to them. Have a good chat. There was one guy last year that really touched me. Actually, obviously going to mention no names, but he was honestly so taken back that we'd done that for him. And again, all the hours spent prepping just for one person to react the way that man reacted, it was worth every hour. It was honestly, it's so rewarding.
To go.
No, listen, I was just going to say, football in general, that apart from the technical skills of playing football, it just gives you so much. It gives the kids so much skills to be part of a team, part of a community, and you learn how to win together, and you learn to lose together. It's great life skills. And what you're giving to loads of kids is absolutely fantastic, and thanks for doing it.
No, and again, I just thank everybody for their support, because I couldn't do it just me. I couldn't, there's a lot of people within my family behind the scenes that do a lot without really any recognition. Players, coaches, they get a bit of recognition, but there's a lot behind the scenes that goes off. My wife being one of them,
Shout out to the wife.
She accepts everything I do. I'm out of the house more than a minute, and she's brilliant. She's really supportive.
So she's a real MVP, isn't she?
Yeah, she's spot on. Couldn't do it without her.
Yeah. Oh, just one last question for me. I know I don't, look like it now, but I used to be a player. So, do you think there's any chance of me getting on one of the teams?
I think we could have you down for a trial. we'll get you fit and we'll get you down.
Oh well, it sounds good.
Good for me.
All right, thank you very much, man.
No problem.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for what you do for the community.
No problem at all.
Yeah.